when I can't even start a video. Okay. Hey everyone, it is Haley and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a video, model talk, how to get into modeling, because a lot of you guys have been asking me how I got into modeling, how I started, what I did, all of this type of questions and stuff like that. So let's begin. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and hit subscribe, as well as my Snapchat. All my links right here. Do that. Be sure to do it. Yeah. So tons of you guys have been asking me how I got into modeling, where to start, what you need to do. There is so many things to talk about, so let's just get into this. First thing I need to mention is the warnings before you get into modeling, what you think it's going to be like, but what it really is like, because when you first go in, you might think it's such a glamorous and easy life. All you do is pose for a camera, and it is super easy, and there's really nothing to it. Honestly, unless you haven't been a model or you really know about modeling and did tons of research and stuff like that, you probably have no clue what the model life is really like until you get into the business and can experience it for yourself. So that is what happened with me. I honestly just thought it would be super easy and like very simple, but it is definitely not simple or easy. Though it is fun, it is extremely hardworking and takes long hours to do everything, and especially setting up your portfolio and getting your pictures and stuff like that can take quite a while. You also, if you do have any type of issues with yourself and you do not feel confident, definitely try and work on yourself first to make yourself more of a confident person, because being insecure in the modeling world is not good. Because I know I've gone to some shoots before and some girls are so tall and like perfect, and I'm just like, why don't I look like that? Like, you don't want to be thinking that to yourself, because you want to be confident when you go up in front of the camera and you start doing what you do best. Just know you need to be confident. Another warning is, if you are contacted at like a mall and they tell you like, come to this place, we're holding auditions, stuff like that, those are quite wary to be like, oh, is this like a legit modeling company? Because a ton of companies are just not legit. If they ever ask you for money and they're like, oh, it costs $3,000 for classes, blah, 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 that is not real. You would never have to pay to become a model. When you are scouted, or if you do go into an agency for casting calls, you are not expected to pay an amount to be with the agency or anything like that. But the things that you might have to pay for are shoots for your portfolio and stuff like that. But besides that, you shouldn't have to pay for a lot, because a ton of offers should come to you, like companies who just want to use you for like pictures, and then you can like use the pictures that they took and put them in your portfolio, which those are free shoots, are called test shoots. So you don't really have to worry about paying for a lot of shoots. I've only had to pay for one of my shoots. It was quite pricey, but honestly the pictures came out amazing. It was my first shoot. I do have a video which I will link it down below, and that was quite pricey, a little under $1,000, but I was still able to come up with that and get those pictures, and I'm pretty sure that has made the biggest difference in my portfolio. Those pictures are so amazing, and I loved working with that photographer. So never get into modeling if you are being expected to pay, especially they'll say like pay for acting classes as well, or go to an acting school. Like, you do not have to do that. I know my agency did recommend me to do acting classes, like ballet, dance, stuff like that, but that's just stuff on the side just to help you kind of with your movement and being in front of the camera. So the first thing I want to get into is how to begin, and basically I'll tell you my story and then I can tell you ways that you can do it, and yeah. So I had always wanted to model since I was like in 3rd grade, because my mom's friend was a former model, and she was telling me about her experiences. Like, she traveled the world, she went to like China and like tons of places, and she modeled there. So I've always been really interested, and finally I convinced my mom, because I know a lot of parents definitely don't want their children into modeling because they might think it's a crazy world and dangerous. You know, you don't really know what comes out of things if you've never tried them before. So it took a lot of convincing to actually get into modeling, but finally I did. And so we contacted my mom's friend who had told me about modeling, and we contacted her, and She told me the agency she was with, and basically that's how I got in. So she organized me an interview with Agency Galatea, which is the agency that I'm with, and I just went in with an interview, and we sat down and talked about what I wanted to do. And there's many different things with modeling. You can be like a fashion model, like commercial work, or you could do runway, print ads, stuff like that. For an interview at Agency Galatea, normally you go in for casting calls, which are ways that you just go in, you talk to them, they see if they like you, and they sign you. Agency Galatea is a smaller modeling agency, so I do know like basically everyone who's in the agency and all my agency girls and models and friends of mine. But there are places like Ford and bigger modeling agencies that have like thousands of models, and you probably don't know a lot of them, or you're not friends with them, and it's also like less contact with your people. I feel if you're in a smaller agency, you have more one-on-one time with your agent, and you're able to get things that you want more. And if you're in a bigger agency, then you have to worry about looking like someone else who might be in the agency and not kind of having like your own. Like, I don't know if that made sense, but you have to worry about not always being able to get in time with your agent because there is so many models. And yeah, I am with Galatea, which is just a Chicago-based modeling agency, and if I ever do travel, go to like Miami, New York, LA, any major city, I am able to sign with another agency, and then I can have 2 agencies, 3 agencies. You can have a ton of agencies. Like, a lot of people have multiple agencies. Right now I only have 1. I'm still in my first year of modeling, so I'm pretty sure I don't travel anywhere until I get past my 1 year. There are multiple legit agencies that you can go to. I'm with Galatea, there's Ford, and I'm just mentioning ones I know from Chicago. Elite, New Models, maybe that's what it's called, I don't remember. But there are a ton. I will probably like link you a website down below for like legit agencies that you can, you know, try and check out. But finding one can be quite difficult because the internet does lie a lot. But there is ways to find one. So what happens basically when you get signed is you get signed, and you do not have to go in with your own pictures to kind of show them. But I did have a few pictures because my mom really wanted to get some pictures taken of me so they could kind of see how I am in front of the camera. And we took more like commercial shot pictures, which is basically just like lifestyle type of pictures, where other people could take editorial pictures, but editorial is not really a Chicago type of business. Like, Chicago is more of a commercial business. That's where you see like ads from Kohl's and like tons of brands like that are in like commercial, like Kohl's, Sears. And then editorial is more for like New York, which are like the weird type of posing, you know, like weird just modeling. When you see it in magazines, you're like, that's interesting. Like, that's what editorial is. I really like doing editorial because I just think it's so cool that you can move your body around. But mostly what I do, because I live in Chicago, is I just do commercials. So my first shoot I ever had was Coca-Cola, and which the ad is out somewhere. So if any of you guys do see me in a Coca-Cola advertisement, send me the picture because I have not seen them, and there's no way for me to contact them and ask them where my pictures are. So look out in your magazines or anywhere because I will be there. So basically for that, you go into a casting call, and at a casting call you stand or you do whatever they tell you to do, because sometimes it's different. Sometimes it's like a little interview. You walk in, you show them your book, which has all your pictures in it. You can use your iPad and just put all your pictures in it, and they can scroll through and see all of the things you've done, kind of get an idea of what you do, how you are in front of the camera. And then they can ask you questions, ask for your measurements, and just kind of like interview, and that's casting. And then you go out, and then you just kind of forget that you even went there, because you don't want to sit at home thinking, did I get it? Did I get the job? Did I get it? Because it'll just take you over. So then if you do get a call and they're like, oh, we want you, or you get an email from your agent saying they wanted you, that is what happens. So for a shoot that I normally do, I have done a lot of work for Carson's. So basically what I do is I go into the studio and they do my hair and makeup, and then I go back and I work for like 8 hours literally in front of a camera, and I step up and I do basically the same poses, and they just put me in like, they put me in the outfit that they want me to be in, and then I go in front of the camera, do the same exact poses as I was regularly doing, just constantly moving. Every second you are moving. There's not like this, and they don't tell you what to do, so you have to do whatever kind of comes naturally to you, and you should practice at home, because not practicing, you'll go in front of the camera and you'll be like, hey, like, you can't do stuff like that. You gotta, you know, be natural and just be like, every second you just change your pose, because they're just going to keep snapping and they're not going to tell you what to do. So that's kind of like the hard part, because I'm not really a natural, but it happens. It comes in, and then you basically flowing and you're just like snap, snap, next outfit, and it is very tiring. I get very bored sometimes, and I'm just like, but that's just kind of what comes with it, and all models have to do that. So I think that covers basically the basics, stuff like that. I will do a video on what to put in your model bag, and I will also do a video on more questions, like an actual like Q&A on Model Talk. So definitely leave a ton of questions down below so I can answer them in a video, and I will film that for you guys, and I can do like a ton of modeling type videos, how to do like the proper runway walk, help you with some of your poses in front of the camera. Just let me know what you guys want to see, because yeah. I also just want to say, one, you do not have to be a perfect human being to be a model. The requirements for basically a girl leaning to the shortest that I know of, 5'7". Don't give up your hopes if you're 5'7", because I have one girl who is in my agency who constantly went back to an agency's like, I am 5'7", I have potential. And she did get signed into my agency, so that is pretty awesome. I am 5'9". So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Again, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.